It's the final race meeting of the BSR Mazda MX-5 Cup, and what better track to pick for the final race meeting of the season than the Circuit de la Sarthe, Le Mans in France, where we're going to be having 3 frantic races to decide the championship. Hello everybody, I'm Adam Bath, and joining me for this final race meeting of the season is Andrew Woodhouse. Andrew, at Le Mans, I think that sums it all up really.
Yes, indeed. Hello, Adam. Hello, everybody. Yeah, final race meeting of the season. BSR MX5. It's been a great season so far. I've managed to watch a few of the races, and yeah, we're all set for 3 fantastic ones to finish the season. Cars just jostling for position in qualifying at the minute. That all-important slipstream, and we always say the slipstream is important in the MX5, Adam, but no more so than here.
Yeah, it's a 5-minute lap, just under 5 minutes, and it's a 10-minute session. So basically, if you get an off track, you're done for, really. And therefore, we could expect to see only a few cars setting times in qualifying. We'll run you through the championship standings going into this race meeting. This is what they've given us. I'll take it with a pinch of salt because it says on my screen that this is after 27 of 36 races. But here we go. Ash Beard leads Stelin Chepelevsky by 104 points. That is not a big gap in the slightest. A big mistake for Ash Beard, and Cheppy could be pouncing on him and taking the title. Roy Verke, an AM driver in third. There's been a big crash. That's Scott Malcolm. That's on the way to Indianapolis, and that is it. That's your qualifying done, because there's not enough time for you to get back out, and to get back out there. So unfortunate for Scott Malcolm. Roy Verke, a fellow teammate, I believe, is third in the championship with Jamie Ayres fourth. 5th is Rob Hartley, 6th is Max Wright, 7th Colin Robinson, 8th Lord Murray, 9th Rob Graham, and 10th is Mario Girard. And then it's very close in the AM Championship for Verke and Ayres, separated by just 3 points. And then Max Wright, Lord Murray, Rob Graham in 5th, and then it's Girard, Landemore, Barmer, and Roden, Woods, and Holmes rounding up the top 10 there. And then into the Teams Championship, which we will ignore because it hasn't, I don't think it's been updated there in the slightest. Yeah, basically saying that Automech are on 200 points. Definitely not updated. Into qualifying then, and Andrew, it's been, as I all know, we've lost Michael Hilliard, and that's his qualifying over and done with. I was going to say that the BSRTC, it usually follows the schedule that the Mazda MX-5s are running, and this could be a useful opportunity for the drivers to get the hang of the circuit in preparation for Thursday's Winter Series race.
Yes, and not always an easy track. Everyone seems to think, oh yeah, it's just a load of straights, Le Mans, but it's very technical in places. You've got the Porsche curves, you've got the final section, the Ford chicane, which the drivers are just going through now. You really have to, you know, be consistent round here. You have to nail your exits, and a lot more than meets the eye, isn't there?
Yeah, even in these Mazda MX-5s where you can take a bit more time in getting into the corners, it's still going to be pretty difficult for these guys. You've got, of course, the run through the Dunlop chicane and then through Tetra Rouge before going on to the infamous Mulsanne straight. I believe we're running with the chicanes today, so you won't be seeing a whole lot of MX-5s bouncing off the limiter like we did at the Nordschleife earlier in the season.
One thing is for sure though, mate, you don't want to get an off track through this first sector.
Oh no.
When you've got literally one flying lap, I don't think they'll be able to get a second flying lap in.
No,
might be very touch and go. That it's possible, I think, but I think they eased off too much on the outlap for them to have a chance.
It's a 10-minute session, and they're doing 4:57s, and that's just what the fast guys were doing. So yeah, you would have to be very quick getting out your pit box in time to do 2 laps. Some big names going on to the Mulsanne now. Diogo Melra, one of them, has had a relatively quiet season. Hasn't done all the races though, but the Kia Cup driver and Club Series champion on numerous occasions. Currently on the qualifying lap. Then after Mulsanne, you've got the long straight after that, all the way up to Indianapolis. Relatively, would you say that's a good key overtaking point, especially in these Mazda MX-5s?
off is telling Chepelevsky off.
Now that is interesting. He is off on the exit of one of these chicanes. It looks
just had it looks like he's had a steering failure.
Oh, yeah, something like that.
Oh yeah, man. And it throws him violently left and into the outside wall.
Yeah. Never seen anything like that before. I thought we saw who was it that always had the hardware failures in the BSR TC last season?
Colin Cunniff.
It was Colin Cunniff, that was it. But that was always the brake failing. That time it was the steering failing, like for Stalin Chepelevsky, and that is definitely his lap invalidated.
So mate, what was the question? Indianapolis?
I was just saying Indianapolis, yeah. One of the key overtaking points on the circuit.
I think so. I think as well people are gonna, they don't get it done down the Mulsanne straight. Is unlikely, gonna say. Depends if they bounce off the rev limiter too much, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But then Indianapolis becomes key because you've got that right kink, and then you've got the sort of 90-degree left-hander, which could well be an overtaking place. As well, you've got a chance into the following hairpin as well, which is quite tricky. Might even be as low as first gear through there.
Arnage, yeah, the slowest point on the circuit. I believe Jamie Ayres is the first car at the pits. He's just on his way towards this complex of corners that we're talking about now. And straight after you go through there, you're on your way to the Porsche curves. And what we always talk about in these Mazda MX-5s, Andrew, is that these cars, they don't like quick changes of direction, and you've got that in a load of abundance in the MX-5, especially going through those corners. In
the Porsche curves and in the like I say, the final chicanes as well. Yeah, drivers are going to have to stay on top of it. It's quite cool out there though, 23 degrees track temperature, so can't see them really killing the tyres too much. And also bear in mind you've got the long straights, which will give the rubber a bit of a rest.
One thing we will have though in this race is we'll have to wait a while, I think, for other cars to finish. Which is going to be shades of the Nordschleifer, I think, where someone will most certainly start a lap just before the checker flag comes down, and we've got to sit through whole 5 minutes of it. But here comes Jamie Ayres, just going through the Porsche curves now, which we were just talking about. His racing car.
A lot of drivers have got more chance of actually finishing the race, though. So
yeah, and
getting points.
And getting points, yeah. So of course the rule is, have you finished? I hear tyre smoke, and off is Rob Hartley into the wall. So he's done, what, about 12 kilometres? And off is Michael Hall.
Oh.
And so off is Rizzo. They're all going off here.
Together, or?
Well, they're all going off in the Porsche curves, just getting it wrong, it looks like. Maybe carrying a bit too much speed. Jamie Ayres looks like he's going to be the first car to cross the line. Does a 5 minutes 5:47, and that's opposition straight away. Who's next? It's Colin Robinson.
Now, I don't know if you watched the Rick Mattek Sports Car Series, Adam, on Tuesday morning on Apex Racing TV, but we had a thrilling fight for the win.
Oh my word!
And Robert Hartley ended up in the wall in the Lesmo.
Oh my word!
On the final lap while battling for the lead, so he's not having a particularly fantastic few days.
Well, I don't think anyone is really, because we've just advanced to the grid, and no one's been able to complete their laps.
So how has that happened?
Well, there you go.
Well, no, two drivers have set a time, but how is that? What's happened there?
Basically, the session advanced the moment the clock reached 0, and those guys were able to get their laps in just before it, I think.
Why did they not get a chance to complete the
session? Looks like it's all automatically advanced.
As the French Air Force makes a right row in the background.
Yeah.
Let's take you through the qualifying results. Then Jamie Ayres on pole position and Colin Robinson second. There you go.
Shades of Indy 05, I think.
Just talking about this last night. Well, there's 4 seconds between the two of them in pace, but still, and then it's by iRacing again.
Yeah.
It looks like
it's shades of Suzuka East Race 2, then, really, isn't it?
By practice times, I reckon, if it's not by, if nobody's actually set a time. It does mean that we should have the championship favourites at the front of the grid.
Well, yeah, Ash Beard is going to be starting in 6th, our championship leader, and Stalin Chepelevsky will be starting in 3rd. So,
and he's got a get out of jail free card, hasn't he? After going off in qualifying.
Yeah, definitely.
Whereas normally he'd have been consigned to the back. He's now got a second row start. So that nonsense has really helped out Stalin Chepelevsky.
Well, it's also Jamie Ayres' lucky day, because if he hadn't set that time, he would have been starting in about 24th place.
And Rob Hartley.
Yeah,
here we go.
Here we go then. And the green light's on already. Very quick start, and away we go. Good start from Jamie Ayres.
No, it
here
wasn't.
Comes Cheppy. No, it isn't actually. Here comes Stalin Chepelevsky. That's the first mistake of the day. It looks like Stalin Chepelevsky's going to take the lead going into the first chicane, but here comes car 42, Rob Hartley, the guy who crashed on his way to the line, now finds himself fourth on the grid and could be about to be in third position going into the first chicane.
Now,
Contact.
Now, on one hand, it's not fantastic.
Oh,
Some of the other drivers, the fact that he's hit Robinson. Hartley's hit Robinson. Robinson's off.
It's
Something
all
else
kicking off
happened
here.
at the Dunlop curve.
Yeah, Kip Stevens did the Ventantonio Luizzi at Monza getaway.
Down the grass.
Yeah, it looked like he got turned by a Nathan Davis. Now, yeah, quarter panel, and then off goes Kip Stevens, and then takes out Lauritsen.
And Pete Newman to Turk Rouge. Now it's all going to kick off down here. I'm a bit disappointed that the pack split up a bit, because we should have some right scenes down here normally with on the first lap, but not so much this time. Chepelevsky leading, but how long is this lead going to last? You don't bet on it lasting throughout the Mulsanne.
No, we'll see what the speed difference is like going into the first of the chicanes.
6 Ks.
105, kilometers per hour for Stalin Chepelevsky going into what is, I believe, the Forza Motorsport chicane.
So Ayres should be able to close right in by the time we get to Mulsanne corner, maybe before that.
Slow down penalty for Lauritsen, and on that one that's going to be brutal.
Age round here, isn't it? That he might have to let them all through.
Quite amazing how you can get a slow down penalty on this on those chicanes.
I know. We've all done it.
Because there you go. Side by side between Ashbeard and it's not Ashbeard, it's Alex Smolensky and Pete Newman.
Comes Ayres for the lead.
And also Ayres for the lead. So plenty of overtakes going on.
That's just in front of that battle you were describing, Adam. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's okay. Plenty to look at, really, as always in the BSR series. Ayres through then into the lead. Chepelevsky down to second. 3 15-minute races here, so we've got about 3 laps of competition, I believe.
Yep.
So yeah, here we go then. Was Mulsanne. This is where Anthony Davidson had his huge incident in his Toyota a few years ago at Le Mans.
Frightening one.
But put him out really for quite some time. Yeah. I think that was the second time. Here comes Chepelevsky for the lead, past Jamie Ayres.
Here comes Smolensky for third.
And also Ash Beard's trying to get past Newman into Mulsanne, just not close enough to get up the inside. Sutton's, there you go, introducing Ash Sutton for the first time tonight, flying up the inside of Rob Hartley and Michael Hall. He's now into 9th place, a gain of 10 positions.
I mean, even though the slipstream's quite high, you'd think Sutton's braking ability would come in handy into these chicanes, so we'll watch for that throughout the race. Jamie Ayres comes again then, trying to get through into Indianapolis. He's clear before Indianapolis, look.
Oh dear, it's all kicking off in the battle for third as well, but Chepelevsky just not close enough into Indianapolis. Here comes Nathan Davis with a fair rate of knots, car 36, trying to get past Hartley. Jamie Ayres is gone.
Gone completely. He loses it.
He's just gone. Oh, has he gone?
Oh, he's ended up He's ended up out of the course. He ended up going through a gate and out.
Oh no!
So he loses the car on the way in, spins, and then just disappears. That's the equivalent of going into the trees at like Summit Point.
Summit Point. And the moment I turned away from it as well. There you go.
But now Cheppy's got a good advantage.
There you go. What is the gap? 3 seconds. No, 1.5 seconds, I should say, between himself and Smolensky as they go on their way into the Porsche curbs.
Stallion's quite good at these speciality tracks, isn't he? Nordschleife here, Bathurst, I believe, as well. The ones that are the longer ones.
Oh no, Dan Hunt and Rob Hartley. No, Brian Holmes.
And more.
And Rob Hartley.
and it's Hall's on his roof.
Well, oh dear, someone's going very wide. Ash Sutton taking evasive action.
Oh,
through
there's
the
more
Porsche
crashing.
cars. Oh dear, we've
Claude
got...
Belval.
And that's Belval back to the
Why
pits.
hasn't he got it off the circuit?
Oh, Simon Landemont, and he runs into the back of him. And Michael Hall is just sitting there waiting for the French marshals, I think, to come and turn him over or something.
It's been quite a while.
Counting the blades of grass or something.
Oh,
but,
45.
It's
Bin for Landemont.
It's Simon Landemont. Now, this is where we were seeing all the offs going on in qualifying, and just looks like you either have to get the line wrong, and that's the big disadvantage of getting your line wrong, as they'd say. But yeah, carrying too much speed into the exit of the Porsche curbs, and easily done, I think.
That's the advantage of seeing through a completely clear windscreen. Oh dear. Well, not many of these guys are going to have clear windscreens at the end of this one, if they even have windscreens left. But yeah, a few guys, I was just trying to say, because the green light came on quite quickly, that it benefited a few people, like you say, who already crashed out of the qualifying session.
Yeah, because
it has given us a better championship round, you would think.
Yeah, because we were seeing about half a dozen cars had all spun off going through that final section of the course, and some big names in there as well, the likes of Michael Hall. Kowalewski had already gone off by that point. He'd gone off on the exit of the first chicane, which they're on their way to now. And yeah, they've benefited well from the qualifying being a bit muddled up.
They weren't wrong about the Porsche curves.
No.
Making a lot of victims. Who's that then on the inside? That's Diogo Melro.
Yeah, it's Melro.
Roy Viverke.
With a lot of damage to the front of his car.
Well wide, Belgian.
Posted the most improved driver. Someone's off. It's Sutton. Oh no. Well,
Sutton off. What happened to him?
Oh, I don't think he's actually picked up any damage, which is very fortunate because he was very close to hitting the outside wall.
Just tried to carry too much speed through that chicane. Lost the car, spins round, only lost about 2 places, I think, but maybe 3. Sutton on his way.
Melro still battling away with Adam Delmont, who's behind him going into the second chicane. Might have to turn our attention back to the lead in a minute.
All that chaos meant Sutton was up in 7th place before his spin.
After starting in 19th, yeah. Adam Delmont now has probably taken up the helm as biggest improver. Speaking of improving, Alex Smolenski is about to take the lead away from Stelian Chepelevsky going into Mulsanne corner.
Oh, he's 1.5 seconds behind at the line. It's been a poor first sector for Chepe. Smolenski's gained 1.5 seconds. Would that be slipstream exclusively, Adam? Or
I might have to say that. Yeah, that probably is.
Yeah.
This is when Alex will probably come in and tell us, but
yes.
I'd have to say, yeah, I'll probably say that is one good amount of slipstreaming. But Chepelevsky will get it now on the exit of Mulsanne towards Indianapolis.
And here's Pete Newman on the scene.
Here we go, then 3-car battle for the lead. I think Beard and Davies are probably a bit too far away, 3.8 seconds back. Those two.
There'll be one more.
Oh, Chepe's lost it!
Oh, Chepe's lost it! That's a big one!
Oh no!
And that, well, taking too much speed into the corner.
And that's second place in the championship.
Yeah.
He's got going again, he's in 5th.
Who's he's in front of? Melro.
I just thought it wouldn't happen to him. But yeah, the leader has made the same mistake on 2 consecutive laps.
It was a bit like when Wojciech Savidovic crashed at Bathurst.
Yeah.
And it was just out of nowhere. You don't expect it, but it sometimes happens. That's the thing, 2 of the best drivers in the series crashing on the same lap, Chepelevsky and Sutton.
There's nothing can be taken for granted here. Now it's Pete Newman versus Alex Smolenski for the lead. You know, if you're battling with Smolenski, you know he's not going to give it up.
Funny, because ever since we sort of slagged him off a little bit a couple of weeks ago, for bad overtaking moves and whatever, Smolenski's driven brilliantly these last 2 weeks.
The apex.
Oh!
Speaking of which,
still Hall, isn't it?
Is he still there? Oh, Sussin's gone back to the pits. Mike
The car off the road, man.
can he not exit the session or something?
Is he just hoping somebody hits him so he comes back down? Or is he staying there so that he's classified?
He might. I'm sure he'd be classified as 2 laps down though, because it's a 3-lap race. But yeah, Michael Hall is still there. Just for maybe he can't even exit the session. Yeah, into the final. Yeah, Smolensky versus Hall as we start the final lap of the race.
I got a bit excited then. I saw a car on its roof. As here comes Newman into the first corner.
Alex Lauritsen's gone into the pits at the end of the lap. Don't know what's happened to him. But Smolensky and V. Newman through the first part of the chicane.
Smolensky nearly lost the car through the chicane.
They're coming up now to lap Kip Stevens. This could be interesting. But they will have the whole Mulsanne straight at their disposal though, so I don't think it should take too long. But
Ashley Beard he was down as 2.1 seconds behind, but that's not 2.1 seconds anymore after the first after the Dunlop curve and the first chicane.
No, it's 1.4, and
with
that sort of gap, I think he could be with these guys by the end of the Mulsanne straight if he can pick up a decent tow.
Chepelevsky and Melrose are close together as well. Melrose surely going to take this one away from Chepelevsky down the straight. But you know if that will happen now. Now Newman and Smolensky, what's Newman going to do here? Because he needs to. You would think he'd need to get on with it somewhat, because Ashley Beard is now within about 1 second.
Well, they've both got past Kip Stevens, our 2 leaders, but you can see Ash Beard arriving on the scene, going into the first chicane for the final time.
Beard's late on the brakes as well.
Wide.
He's gaining time into each of these chicanes.
Eating into the gap, isn't it? It's down to 1.1 seconds. As oh dear, and there's really a crash in the NASCAR. But Alex Smolensky and Pete Newman going at it here at Le Mans. And here comes Newman to the inside, going into the second chicane, left, right. I can tell you, Michael Hall's finally left the session.
All right, okay.
Probably just decided to undo his own seat belts and get out of the car. No one was going to come and help him.
Rushed to his head.
Oh, and Newman takes the lead. And you can see Ash Beard's right there now. So 3 cars going to battle it for the lead. Going to be 3rd time lucky for the race leader going into Indianapolis.
If Smolensky can fight back into Mulsanne corner.
Big run over the top of the hill. And here comes Smolensky.
Funny, this is by far the shortest part of the Mulsanne straight, but it's still a long straight for these MX-5s.
On the outside goes Alex Smolensky, going to take it back into Mulsanne. Newman seems relatively content with that happening.
He knows that the run to Indianapolis, as you mentioned in the pre-show, could be the best place to overtake, because then you've only got the Porsche curves and the last chicane to negotiate.
And you know by nowhere means home and dry after Indianapolis, are you? Well, we've seen
not really, but you make it a hell of a lot more likely. Here comes Newman.
Definitely. Here he comes then.
He doesn't even elect to defend here, because he knows that if he can run around the outside of this right-hander, he might have to do now. He can have the inside for the left-hander.
On the outside. Oh, please don't make contact, guys. That was very close, but Smolensky's going to go on the inside. That's a brilliantly done move. And can Pete Newman respond going into Arnage? Can Ash Beard do anything about these guys? Is he going to sell him a dummy? A little bit of contact.
Possibly. Nathan Davies is there as well. He's caught up 3 seconds on this lap.
It's all going to be about the Porsche curves then, and whether Alex Smolensky can hold on to it. Half a second is the gap in real time. That will come down a bit because of the slipstream that we have even on this straight on our way towards the Porsche curves.
Even this is a long straight for these guys. It's probably as long as the straight, probably longer than the straight at Okayama even. Now then, here we go. This is where a few people have come a cropper so far tonight.
Oh, Smolensky sliding his way through. I thought he was a goner then.
Newman's looking really good here. Where can he make the move? You can get it done into maybe into the final chicane.
Oh, Davis is eating into it. Ash Beard, he's going to go for the inside and...
Oh, Beard nearly loses it. Somehow manages to collect himself. Here we go then, 2 chicanes to go. I think Smolenski's home and dry here.
4 attempts.
As long as he doesn't make a mistake, don't defend thin air, Alex. Here we go, the fast chicane. The forward chicane, and here's the final corner. Oh, bash!
And Alex Smolenski is going to win race 1 of the day here. Second is going to be Pete Newman. Third is going to be Ash Beard at the line. Just beating Nathan Davis.
Chepelevsky. Oh, what happened? Chepelevsky and Melrose, they made contact. As Melrose off at the forward curve, and they have, I think. Oh, Cheppy went for the inside. Didn't really work, and Melrose off.
It's Melrose, yeah, and that is, and that could be important actually. You don't want to get a penalty, Stellian.
Stellian just got to the line before Roy Viverke.
Yeah, he did. He finished in 5th place, just ahead of Viverke. Melrose was able to come across the line in 9th place in the end, so it wasn't too much of a disaster for him.
We haven't got any real stragglers out there at the minute. We've got a couple of people about a minute down.
Yeah,
we've got Brian Holmes. Oh, Brian Holmes was 2 minutes 40 down, but he's in the pitch. Jason Flood is the last man really running.
Where's Kevin Woods going? Sorry, he was about to cross the line, then just darted into the pits.
He's only at Indianapolis, Jason Flood, so I'm not sure what's happened to him. No, he's not. No, sorry, he's at Bolsheviks.
Lee Bacon bringing it home to get 23rd spot. Scott Malcolm should be the next along to get 24th. 25th place is going to be Michael Barry.
Scott Malcolm was another one who bit the dust in qualifying.
Yes, and he was fortunate that the session advanced there as well.
He was saved from his fate of being at the very back.
Yeah, yeah. Claude Belval comes across the line to 26th place despite the crash that we saw earlier. Dan Hunt 27th. Nice big grid for this race, I should say. 28th for Rizzo. Lauritsen, I believe, is not running at the moment. So.
Oh, we lost him on the last lap then, have we?
Yeah, he came into the pits at the end of lap 2, so I don't think he's been back out since. Anwar Smith in the pits too. Now we're just going to wait for Jason Flood in that double trouble liveried Mazda MX-5.
Over the line he comes.
29th place.
Yeah,
and that's
29th. It's not bad.
Running through the finishing order then. Alex Smolenski takes the win. Well-deserved win as well. That was pretty good. Pete Newman finishing in 2nd with Ash Beard just pipping Nathan Davis on the exit of the final corner to 3rd. Benny Chepelevsky, 2nd in the championship, finishing in 5th after crashing out of the lead. 6th Roy Viverke, 7th Max Fry, 8th Mario Girard, 9th Diogo Melro, 10th Adam Delmont, 11th Lee Deemer, 12th Colin Robinson. Started on the front row, of course. One of the only 2 cars to set times. Rob Hartley finishing in 13th place, 14th for Matthew Keeber, 15th for Rob Graham, 16th for Jay Wright, 17th for Michael Hilliard, 18th for Lee Barmer, 19th Simon Roden, and 20th Jamie Ayres. Somehow was able to find his way out of the trees and finish in 20th place, only a minute behind the leaders. 21st place Andy Shield, 22nd Lee Bacon, 23rd is Scott Malcolm, 24th Michael Barry, 25th is Claude Belval, 26th Dan Hunt, 27th Cesare Rizzo, 28th Kevin Woods, 29th Jason Flood, and then the cars 1 lap down or more. Landamore, Smith, Lauritsen, Holmes, Stevens, and then 2 laps down Michael Hall, 3 laps down, 2 laps down also and Ash Sutton, and 3 laps down Stuart McFadden.
Reminded me a bit of that car that lost his brakes at Sebring and ended up going outside the circuit to come back in for Jamie Ayres. But yeah, he did finish the race in a pretty decent position as well. What was that? 20th, yeah, not too bad at all.
Well then, time for the first reverse grid of the day. And we'll get Sam Kummer to spin the wheel. And we'll find out who's going to be on pole position for race 2, the penultimate race of the season. '26. So Dan Hunt goes on to pole position. That's going to be good for him. After I think he was responsible for part of the pile-up that we had in on the opening lap of the race. Claude Belval, also involved in that wreck, is going to be starting second. Third, Michael Barry. Fourth, Scott Malcolm. And Lee Bacon is going to be starting in fifth. Right then.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. Going to throw it to a break, or shall I?
No, go on, you can do. Why not?
Right then. Yeah, 2 more races to go at Le Mans. And yeah, after seeing that first race, you don't want to miss the rest of it. So stick with us here on Apex Racing TV. More from the BSR MX5 Cup after this.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Truex in the outside, contact made, 56 slides it in at 4, who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Welcome back to Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live. We're back here at Le Mans for the penultimate race of the season, and brilliant opening race with Alex Malensky just beating Pete Newman to the victory there. Great battle between those two, and podium position for Ash Beard, which could be crucial in terms of the championship. Adam Bath here again with Andrew Woodhouse. And now Woody race 2 with the, oh excuse me, there you go, with the high conditions, the high temperatures, and yeah, another brilliant race in store.
Yeah, I think race 1 was quite chaotic. I'm hoping the pack can stay together for a bit longer, and I'm hoping we can get some great action down that back straight as you know, we want to see 3, 4, 5 wide for the lead. It's possible on this circuit, so why not? We've got the Daytona 500 going on as we speak, and why not get our own version of it here?
Yeah, because what ruined it really was the fact that we had quite a bit of a pile-up going into turn 1, and that just meant that we already had about 2 or 3 packs going by the time everyone's spinning off everywhere. By the time we get onto the Mulsanne Straight.
Yeah, why do we think that is, though? Do you know?
Yeah, I think they need to.
Why do we think? Is it just because the temperature wasn't that high in race 1?
Yeah, we've got it now. We've got it now high, and also I think the drivers just need to realise that you're going to have plenty of chances to do some overtaking once we get onto the Mulsanne Straight. Really, just call a truce for a minute at least, and then we might have a chance of seeing plenty of overtaking down down the Mulsanne straight.
Yeah, and gonna have to take care of the tyres a bit more, aren't they, in this this race compared to the last one with 39 degrees. Interesting how many people actually managed to still finish the race after having incidents as well. So that's what we wanted. Was we wanted less retirements, didn't we? And that's what we sort of got, even though we had a few cars on their roof and quite a few issues. One man, of course, Kostelin Chepelevsky didn't have the smoothest, hasn't had the smoothest evening so far as he goes off the track there as well. He had the steering failure in qualifying, and then he had a crash during the race.
Yeah, it just didn't seem to go his way at all, did it? But he was able to really have damage limitation and was able to come home inside the top 10 as they're all crashing on the exit of the pit lane in this warm-up session. That seems to be the case here.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not foreshadowing of what's going to happen in the race. Yeah, Chepelevsky was able to consolidate that with a top 10, so it's not over in terms of the championship. But just to make it as simple as Stu McFadden tries to go through some metal fencing, which he was able to do, which I was amazed by, but he didn't go much further than that. But yeah, to keep it as simple as I can for viewers at home, as if Ash Beard finishes in front of Stelin Chepelevsky over the next 2 races, he will be the champion. So we'll keep an eye out for that over the next 2 races, and we'll try and bring you some interviews after the race meeting. I know it's the final race meeting of the season. Hopefully the drivers can pop down to the interview room, and we'll get to. Oh dear, that's Michael Hall. And we'll get. He was on his roof in race 1. Yeah, we'll see if we can. There's Max Wright. So it's plenty of frills and spills in this warm-up session.
Bad thing is, I'm not sure if they're crashing on purpose or whether they're just losing it because of the conditions. So we'll see what goes on with that.
Usually race 3 seems to be the slippiest race of the day. So
it's going back to your point about turn 1 though. It's quite an underrated turn 1 in terms of difficulty, this, isn't it? Coming through the very fast right-hander at the Dunlop curve. They're having to get it stopped fairly quickly for what is a fairly tight chicane.
Yeah, and I thought it sounds pretty simple in these BSR MX-5s, of course, because they don't have too much power as off goes Diogo Melro.
They're approaching it at over 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, and they're pretty quick, these cars, to be fair. They're going in the Mulsanne straight. They're going over 200 kilometers per hour, and filtering 30 or 30 plus as off is Stu McFadden again. Trying to filter out 30 plus cars into that first chicane is quite a difficult task, and we'll see if the drivers are able to do it any better in this second race.
Yeah, we will find out very, very shortly, as I'll, like I say, we might as well swap our roles over. I'll take you through the starting grid then for round 2 of the evening. Dan Hunt is on pole position alongside Claude Belval. Michael Barry is third alongside Scott Malcolm. Then it's Andy Shield and Jamie Ayres on row 3. Simon Roden and Lee Balmer on row 4. Jay Wright and Robert Graham behind them, with Matthew Keeber 11th and Rob Hartley in 12th. Colin Robinson is 13th and Lee Deemer 14th. 15th Adam Delmont, 16th Diogo Melro. Mario Girard and Max Wright make up 17th and 18th. Roy Viverke 19th and Stelin Chepelevsky is 20th. 21st Nathan Davies, 22nd Ashley Beard, 23rd Dario Rizzo, 24th Kevin Woods, 25th Jason Flood, Simon Landemore 26th, Anwar Smith 27th, 28th Alex Lorison, 29th Brian Holmes, 30th Kip Stevens, 31st Sutton, 32nd Michael Hall, and 33rd Stuart McFadden as the French Air Force makes another round. Here we go.
Thank you very much. Are underway. Dan Hunt gets a reasonable getaway away from the line. What's Claude Belval going to do about it? Any chances of him trying to take the lead? No, it doesn't look like it. Here they come then into this right-hander. Turn 1. Many Mazda MX-5s here. And now here comes Andy Shield to try and get past Claude Belval around the outside. Is he going to do him on the brakes? He is. Dan Hunt takes the lead. Here contacts. Oh, it's a Royal Air Force car flying here. It's I don't know. I'm trying to go through my timing screen. It's probably I think it might be Michael Barry. Yeah. Oh, it's all kicking off here. Rob Hartley's around. Kip Stevens also involved. Brian Holmes also. Stuart McFadden. Yeah, many cars involved there. But it looks like, oh no, it hasn't really. It's once again, Andrew, it looks like we've got a few groups being formed going onto the Mulsanne Straight.
I want to see the big group all fighting it out.
Yeah, now we've only got 3. Yeah, 3 cars, Hunt, Shield and Belval, going onto the Mulsanne Straight for the first time then. Hunt versus Shield, that's going to be interesting. Shield started 5th as well, so a good start. I've seen him go up to 2nd. Jamie Ayres looks like he's picked up a slowdown penalty, which is, oh my word, as the cars behind him try to get past him. This is the sort of racing that we were wanting, but we wanted it at the front. 4 wide almost.
4 wide.
That's Nathan Davis.
Nathan Davis, yeah, going 4 wide.
A Welshman.
Right, 21st Davies. Tracking first couple of laps. Or first couple of sectors, sorry.
Up to 6th.
27 is Lee Deemer.
Oh, someone's gone. Nearly. It was, I think it was Lee Deemer, very sideways on the exit of the first chicane.
777 is Adam Delmont. He's under pressure from Robert Graham, and then you've got Lee Deemer that we mentioned, then Diogo Melro. Lee Barmer, Stelin Chepalewski's in there as well. They're all in there.
Chepalewski up 7 positions already. And
Who's that into the lead then? Andy Shield.
Oh,
he's cut the course.
Oh no, he's going to have to slow down and give up the time gained.
That's probably going to be a slow down penalty, and if it is, it'll be a massive one. He won't be able to serve this anytime soon, really, mate. Although it looks like he's got away with it.
Like, yeah, I don't know. Did he put all 4s off the track?
I don't know. He was well over the. Oh, crash! Big crash on the straight.
Oh no! I see Sparks. Yeah.
Oh, bang!
Deemer and Kiva. Oh my word, that's a big one.
Over. There was a big crash. Massive one. They're still piling in. There's these things called brake pedals, people. There's a crash in front. Use the bloody thing.
Let's see how it started. And you know what? It started with Stelin Chepalewski. Oh dear.
Trying to throw this championship away, is he?
Cheppy in the middle. And he quarter panels Deemer. And that sets off a chain
it looked
reaction.
like Deemer moved across a tiny bit, though. Let's have a quick look. No. Oh.
I'll tell you what, someone did a miraculous run. Simon Landemore.
It was a bit of both, wasn't it? They both sort of moved towards each other. Landemore, did he get through all that then?
Yeah. He's one of the eyes of the storm.
Have a look from the cockpit, maybe. Tell you what, he couldn't see anything either. Could not see anything, and he just went for it and hoped for the best. And that'll feel so good.
Looking in the mirrors, seeing the gap that you've just gone through close up as other cars crash behind you.
Many places gained. It's like the scene in Star Wars where you fly the Millennium Falcon out of the through the little closing gap.
Now we've got 3 wide for the overall. For the lead.
The lead.
It's a Hunt versus. Yeah, I'm still talking as if I'm presenting IMSA. It's a Belval versus Shield versus Hunt going into Porsche curves. Hunt's going to try and go around the outside. Apparently there's grip out there, and it looks like it's worked. He's got the lead back for now.
Can I just ask this one question though? Why do people see a big pile up in front of them and not even attempt to slow down and avoid it? It really is a special kind of stupid, is that?
Maybe they need a bigger punishment for crashing out, because they know that if they fast tow, they should be able to get a brand new car and still be within 1 lap down, and that's still good enough for them, and they get points. It just makes no sense. We just see it time and time again. And yes, they're doing the top speed of the car. They're doing 200 kilometers an hour and whatever. I understand that, but there's drivers there, mate, that still manage to crash into the accident scene. Oh, it's Hunt sliding through the final chicane. They still managed to crash into the accident scene, and they could see what was happening for hundreds of meters in front of them. It's
really got to use your brain.
I don't know whether it's just the whole racing on a simulator, but yeah, well, we saw in the World Touring Car Championship, drivers in real life drivers not using their heads when There was a safety car out on track.
And okay, Simon Landemore wasn't the best example because he was still going at full speed, but he was generally he couldn't really see anything. So he could see there's something, but he couldn't see what it was. Whereas the ones who came through after, they could see everything. And there's no use just hoping for the best and hoping that you'll make it through. I don't think. I think you've just got to assess it. You've got to be prepared to stop, haven't you? That's the point.
Yeah. Ease off the gas, just not...
Because if you just take that extra second, you make it through all that, you gain 10, 12 places, you know?
Yeah.
Which is what Simon Landemore's done, he's up to 10th place.
You need to execute it better. That's basically what we're saying.
Yeah.
You don't have to basically...
Not execute yourself by crashing into the pile.
Now let's see if it's going to be a finally executed move for the lead as Andy Scheel takes it away from Dan Hunt going into the first chicane. We're on the penultimate lap of the race.
A nice move by Scheel.
Oh,
They take a little bit too much of that curb though, again.
You just saw as well Claude Belval sliding his car through the exit. Looks like Adam Delmont might have cut the chicane. He's got a little bit of a slowdown just in the background of the shot. As Dan Hunt now goes again for the lead. That's how quick things change in this race at Le Mans. And looks like he's going to take it again into the second chicane. Scheel still holding on to the inside line though. He might try and throw it back up the inside. No, he's going to slot back in behind Dan Hunt there.
Have another look at the crash. Some of the ones at the back did lift a little bit, but there is a lot of smoke, but there's a few just coming through in the middle who were just full gunning it through.
Car off.
Sorry, yeah.
It's Adam Delmont, and it's contact with Ash Beard. Well, Sterling Chapelewski had his crash with Diogo Melrose, so I think that makes it one apiece in terms of contact.
Beard's car crabbing slightly. Yeah, he's having to...
Oh dear.
Or is it a slowdown?
It might be a slowdown actually, but hard to tell.
Does it look like it's driving straight to you? I don't know. Let's have a look. Have a look from within the car, maybe. It looks okay.
Yeah, seems good. Seems good.
Oh no, he can't.
Oh no, he can't. No, maybe not.
No steering, has he? Or was that just a mistake?
Oh, so Rizzo off in the background nearly. But yeah,
Could have just been a mistake, that.
it's almost like, yeah, well, we saw with Sterling Chapelewski at Road America the other on Thursday night, didn't we? He seemed to unlock a feature with the car after a bit of contact that made it roll over every time he turned into a corner. So
put a cheat code in.
There seems to be something with the suspension on these cars as Dan Hunt, our race leader, goes into Indianapolis.
Did Claude Belval have a bit of an issue on this lap?
He did, but we might have missed it on the cameras. It
He's
might have been a
behind
mistake
Nathan Davies now.
I think it might have been a mistake into Mulsanne, possibly. It was just a move on the exit of the second chicane. It looks like.
Okay, so Dan Hunt leading. On pole position, Andy Scheel second, third is Claude Belval. Third is Nathan Davies, fourth is Claude Belval, and then it's then is it Robert Graham? Oh, it's Robert Hartley now, who's trying to get past Graham.
Yeah, and then it's Malcolm Landemore. Landemore, of course, reaping the benefits of steering clear of that wreck earlier on. He's up 18 positions, Simon Landemore, and he might try and get another one here as he goes up the inside of his teammate into the Porsche curves.
Got Malcolm, who's trying to get past.
And his teammate swoops around the outside of him.
But you know, that was avoidance of the highest quality, I will say that though.
Whoa, Dan Hunt just drifted, and that's a slowdown penalty, and that's the lead back to Andy Scheel. I didn't even know you could get slowdown penalties for doing what Dan Hunt just did, using a whole load of the outside.
Have a look. Oh, you got slowed down for running wide, did he?
Oh yeah, that must be the only explanation I can think of.
It does make you quicker out there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it looked... he did go very wide though. He was all four wheels over the yellow painted area, so... yeah, I think that's probably justified. Gives Andy Scheel a good chance now. We're not going to say that this is a slam dunk for him, but given the length of this lap. But got a couple of seconds advantage. Very good chance.
Yeah, 2 seconds. It is a long lap, and Dan Hunt is a quick driver, so we don't expect him to come back by the time we get back to the line again.
Beard's up into 8th now. He's just got past Malcolm.
Yep, and
Malcolm's having a look into the chicane. Just
Malcolm
after
back
the
on the
Dunlop
inside.
curve. There he goes.
Let's them back through. Of course, these guys have all gained a position as well due to Claude Belval pitting at the end of the last lap.
Okay.
Don't know what happened to Claude, but might have been something related to
Heat ball, maybe?
what made him lose that position earlier on.
Oh, there was a fast repair, so what's...
Yeah, likewise.
Unless they've put fuel in it by mistake.
Which can happen. I've done it. Much to my annoyance in the past.
The thing is, he's not revving the engine. There's nothing... No noise coming from the car, so I wonder if Belval is out. I don't know, though.
Who else is in the pits? Colin Robertson's coming for a brand new car as Belval finally pulls away from the pits after 50 seconds. But yeah, Rizzo versus... oh my word, it's Beard v Malcolm, and there was nearly a crash at 200 kilometers per hour.
Beard's in trouble.
Beard had to get out of that.
Oh, right, he had to... He hit the brakes.
Yeah, the car was almost going to crash out on him.
Battle for 17th. Well, there was a battle for 17th between Smith and Flood, but Flood has just got past there. Down the straight.
Just see
Flood getting past Anwar Smith.
Michael Hall versus Diogo Melro as well. That's over 11th and 12th.
The state of Michael Hall's car.
Yeah, Michael Hall seems to like picking up a bit of damage to his car tonight. Was on its roof in race 1. And
he's suffering with the aero here now. Look how slow he is down the straight.
Losing out big time, isn't he?
Been eaten by is that Mario Girard?
Yes, it is, and Girard now fancies his chances on Diogo Melro as well, going into the second chicane.
Obviously set the car up well for straights. So the gap's always going to close, and off goes Melro. He's just hit Diogo Melro.
He's killer. Oh, and that's broken the suspension.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Melro's not going to be happy with that at all, and rightly so, I'll be honest with you.
Oh yeah, he's had an evening of getting hit. Steady Shepherd, he's trying his best to get going, isn't he? It's the final lap as well. Speaking of lead battles, we've got a battle for the lead here. Shield versus Hunt. That didn't take long, did it?
No.
And I was just to finish off the previous point. Diogo Melro, he got hit by Chepelevsky, of course, on the last lap, and was already off in early in this race. And yeah, getting hit again here. But here comes Shield to try and take the lead back away from Hunt as he's got it down this back straight.
Yeah, this will be the final lap here at Le Mans into Indianapolis. A nice camber here, Adam, on this one.
Yeah,
left-hander, it really pulls you round.
Yeah, got a nice bit of banking to it and does allow you to run side by side.
It's the opposite of how pleasurable this corner is to drive, which is a horrible one.
It's really bad, yeah, on ours.
Understeer to hell, aren't you, really, when you go through there?
And if you get it slightly wrong, there's that tyre barrier on the X and you just hit it, and there's nothing more frustrating, I don't think.
No, and Andy Shield did get his line wrong a bit there, and got back a fair distance now, so he's going to have to have the best Porsche curves of his life. He wants to get close enough to Daniel Hunt.
Well, yeah, it was similar to race 1, wasn't it? Pete Newman didn't get the best run out of the Porsche curves, and he's still sliding his way through here. The gap's gone up to 7/10 of a second.
Not impossible, but he's only got this big long right-hander, and then the left, then the 2 chicanes. All he'll have left. He's closing.
Dan Hunt did pick up a slowdown.
Ooh.
As he has a little bit of a wiggle there, a little bit of a wobble through the final part of the Porsche curves. That's brought the gap down a little bit. It might be too tall of a mission for Andy Shield to take the lead here inside the final few chicanes. Into the final corner we go then. Nearly has a little bit of a look there into the last chicane. And through we go. Dan Hunt is going to win the second race of the day in the penultimate race of the BSR MX5 Cup. Second for Andy Shield. Third, Nathan Davis. Who's going to get fourth is Rob Hartley. Fifth is Simon Landemore. Where's Scott Malcolm? And where's Rob Graham?
What's happened to Graham?
Oh, Graham was in 6th. He's off. Oh, no, and it looks like he's broken the suspension too. What's happened here? Looks like he lost it on his own. Again, it seems to be this corner that just catches everyone out.
Well, Simon Landemore has had an extraordinary race, really. Started 26th, finished in 5th, and had one of the most astonishing Days of Thunder moments you'll see.
Oh, no.
So Graham loses it coming out of the exit of the Porsche curve, smacks the wall hard.
And then when he gets going again, look, he's about to arrive on the
Oh,
scene.
he reverses into the track, but then got
Here he
Malcolm comes through, nearly hits him, and then he just dawdles. Oh no! Oh, he just dawdles in the middle of the track.
Who was it, Newman, or was it
Michael
Hall?
Hall.
Oh, Hall. Oh, it would be Hall.
Hall's had a really bad meeting in terms of his fortunes.
Oh, the annoying thing is that Graham moves to the left just as Hall is, and that is
dear.
sorry state of affairs. I think really, yeah.
All not very good. That.
Did Graham make it across the line? I don't think he did. No.
Brian Holmes versus Alex Lauritsen. There's a battle.
Yes, there is going into
a battle.
And this is, we've still got the Porsche curves to go here, so all up for grabs. This could be a reverse grid spot or two, considering 3 cars in front of them haven't made it to the line.
Definitely possible. See. Holmes was 29th on the grid, he's still 29th. Lauritsen 28th and he's 30th. So they're not particularly good races so far today, both of these. Alex Lauritsen's showed some extraordinary pace over the last few races, but he seems to be suffering a bit here. Brian Holmes, very close. He might be able to get moved on into the last chicane if he doesn't hit the wall.
Not too many corners to go. Yeah, I think that might have blown his chance there. The gap's about 0.4 of a second going into the exit. The Porsche curves, runs onto the rumble strips on the exit, and yeah, Lauritsen starting to accelerate away as we've had a crash in the NASCAR. We've had a huge incident. Kyle Busch looks done for, and so does Dale Jr. But into the final chicane goes Alex Lauritsen.
I think there's a few people done for in that one. Dear me, that's about as bad as the one we just had.
Yeah, across the line goes Alex Lauritsen. That's going to be 26th place, 4 positions gained due to crashes on that final lap.
A few of those cars will be put in the bin at the end of this one. Yeah, so how do we sum that one up then?
Survival of the fittest, I think, especially for the top 15. Loads of positions gained.
Yeah, fantastic. They were the ones who kept their heads. They were the ones who picked their way through, and generally showed a little bit more aptitude for the situation, I think, than the rest of them.
Just looking back on that NASCAR crash, it looks like Kyle Busch lost a left rear tyre or something.
That is not the place you want to lose a tyre at Daytona, that's for sure. Yeah. Right. Have a look at the finishing order then for the penultimate round of the season. Dan Hunt takes the win by 3/4 of a second in the end from Andy Scheel. Nathan Davis got on the podium from 21st on the grid. What would happen if Davis started near the front? He's got the pace here today. Robert Hartley, another strong performance. He finished 4th. 5th, Simon Landemore. We documented what happened to him. It was staggering, really, how he managed to get through all that. Adam Delmont in 6th. Ashley Beard 7th after some problems of his own. Cesare Rizzo in 8th. 9th, Roy Ververke. 10th, Scott Malcolm. We saw him off in the Porsche at the exit of the Porsche curves on the final lap. Mario Girard was 11th. Stuart McFadden 12th. Jason Flood 13th. 14th for Michael Hall. All sorts of problems there. 15th, Anwar Smith. Colin Robinson in 16th, and 17th was Matthew Keeber. Jamie Ayres 18th. 19th, Claude Belval. 20th, Lee Barmer. Diogo Melro was 21st. Being hit off by Girard. Kevin Woods in 22nd, 23rd, Stelian Chepelevsky, who started all that big pile up on the back straight. Max Wright 24th, 25th Simon Roden, 26th Alex Lauritsen, 27th Brian Holmes. We saw the conclusion of their battle. Michael Barry 28th, Kip Stevens 29th and 4 minutes down nearly. Robert Graham 30th, running very high up, and then that crash on the final lap put paid to his efforts. Lee Demo was 31st. Ashley Sutton Yeah, right. Either they didn't take the start or they were taken out before the start. Before the first lap had finished.
Thank you very much. And we've just got one race to go in the season. So, without further ado, let's spin the Wheel of Fortune for the last time. We'll see who's going to be on the #1 spot for the last time this season. And it is 25, and that puts Simon Roden onto pole position. Max Wright second, Stellan Chepelevsky is going to be starting in 3rd place. Fourth,
It's
Kevin Woods.
Become the Simon Roden button over the last few weeks, hasn't it?
It definitely has, yeah. Simon Roden, we should say, just for people that don't know, the most pole positions in the Winter Series, and all of them have come from reverse grid. So there you go, it works wonders again here in the Mazda MX-5 Cup. Stellan Chepelevsky starting in 3rd. I think the championship might be a bit too much for him, but he might still have a chance of winning. 4th for Kevin Woods, and 5th going to be Diogo Melro. Right then, take a break, and we're going to come back and see what's going to happen in the final race of the season. The final race of the BSR Mazda MX-5 Cup is coming up after the break.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Truex in the outside, contact made. 56 slides it into 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
It's the final race of the season in the BSR MX5 Cup. Here at Apex Racing TV, we can tell you that not Simon Rosen, that Ash Beard is the BSR Mazda MX-5 Cup champion for this season, and yeah, had a brilliant race meeting so far. Started well, even with Stelian Chapelevsky leading at the start of race 1, but then Chapelevsky crashed off on the penultimate lap. That gave Ash Beard the advantage on the track, and then in race 2, as off goes Scott Malcolm and Rob Graham, and then in race 2, Stelian Chapelevsky involved again in a huge incident in race 2 on the exit of the second chicane, and yeah, that's what's cost him the championship at the end of the day. And Andrew Woodhouse, we can now go into the final race of the season with nothing really to play for. All the drivers can go out and just go for the win.
That's a worry. Yeah,
Be afraid.
Hello again, everybody. No, you know what? This has been a really good meeting. It's been fun to watch. However, obviously, there was that big pile-up in the last race, which we are keen to avoid again. I just want to see, like I say, the first sector being negotiated well, and everybody coming down the Mulsanne in one go. Like, this is one of the circuits, Adam, where we expect pack racing. We expect it. We've just not had it.
No, I wonder if this is going to be it. We just need them to get through the corner, the first complex of corners, safely. And yes, Sam Kumo's right. We've got afternoon conditions here in Le Mans. However, it is the hottest race of the day. It's probably the late summer, possibly summer sunshine that we seem to have on our hands here. 32 degrees ambient temperature. Oh no, that is Roden. And
right.
And right, yeah. 32 degrees air temperature and 36 degrees track temperature. So it's going to be hot and sticky, the tarmac, for this final race of the day.
Yeah, and that might play a part in the late going, at least. With although we saw even in the last race where it was a little bit cooler underfoot, so to speak, that there were still some accidents in the fast sections at the end of the race. So we'll see how that plays into whose hands that plays into, shall we say, at the end of this one. That's an innovative shortcut. Diogo Melro. Another.
Oh yeah, Diogo Melro creating his own version of Tetra Rouge there. 15 seconds to go. Why not? Yeah, it's the end of the season.
Could have just run this race with no chicanes and just said, you know, stuff it. The only problem that we've got is that remember, it was floated last season in the BSRTC Pro Series that they were thinking about running no chicanes. But it would just be that the Kia would hit the limiter on the way down to the first chicane, so there was no point sort of extending the straight, Adam, as it were.
Yeah, and I think the chicane also creates a few more overtaking opportunities as well for these guys. And without further ado, final race grid of the season, Andrew.
Yes, so Simon Roden on pole position with Max Wright alongside him. Stelian Chapelevsky will be hoping for something in this third race. He starts third with Kevin Woods in fourth and Diogo Melro in fifth. The rest of the grid: Barmer, Belval, Ayres, Keeber, Robinson, Smith, Hall, Flood, McFadden, Girard, Malcolm, Baverke, Rizzo, Beard, champion, Adam Delmont then after him in 20th. Then Landamore, Hartley, Davies, Shield, Hunt, Lauritsen, Holmes, Barry, Stevens, Graham, and Lee Deemer rounds out the final grid of Season 1.
Here we go then. It's the final race. Away we go. Rosen gets a good start away from the line. Where's Max Wright? Those two make contact in the warm-up. Here comes Stelian Chapelevsky. Might have to thread the needle here, and he is. He's going to go in between both of them. And Stelian Chapelevsky from third to the lead in a space of a few hundred metres or so. As we go into the turn 1, this right-hander, and then into the Dunlop chicanes.
See if everyone can make it through. People have been lunging into that first chicane. It hasn't really worked for them. I think everyone is through. Well, yeah, just about. We might get this opportunity, Adam, down the straight, coming out of Turn Rouge. Although look at Stelian Chapelevsky's advantage already, just after 3 corners.
Wow. Yeah, he's already on his way towards Tetra Rouge. The gap already about not 3 seconds, about 1.5 seconds.
Oh, off.
Oh no! Oh, how about us? Disaster. Yeah, disaster
that?
written all over it. It was Jamie Ayres and Anwar Smith.
Was it as well?
Oh,
two cars off at Tetra Rouge, massive one into the wall.
McFadden and Rizzo. That shouldn't stop what we want to see. The pack all together down the Mulsanne straight for the first time.
Let's see what we've got then. Oh, traffic jam in the middle. The cars with slowdowns, I think. The advantage that Stelian Chepelevsky's got.
Hugo Miller up to second. Max Wright just dropping like a stone. Probably a slowdown penalty for Max Wright.
Yeah, so Melro into second, Wright third. Then who's in fourth? That is Kevin Woods.
All bunching up on the exit of the first chicane. Colin Robinson losing positions as well. Losing some there on the exit of the first chicane. Nathan Davis already up 10 positions. Ashbeard, the champion, also up 5. He's up to 14th place. How close is Diogo Melro to the lead? He's closing in on Stelian Chepelevsky going into the second chicane. Here he comes.
And over a second lead coming onto the straight, and he's toast by the second chicane.
Oh, incredible, really. We got this to look forward to on Thursday as well in the BSR TC Winter Series.
I reckon we will get that pack race in there.
And of course, we'll have 4 races for that one as well, so even more action.
Oh, somebody's gone off at the chicane. I think that's Lee Barmer who's gone across the second chicane, so he's going to end up with a slowdown penalty.
And Chepelevsky looks like he's got the lead back, has he, going into Mulsanne? I think he has. Yes, he has. And that is going to be the race lead back to the Apex TV driver. Apex UK driver, I should say.
This gaggle. The road. Oh, into Arnage. Daniel Hunt down the inside of Scott Malcolm. Bashes into the side of the Scotsman. Still away and they're still clean.
Oh, I hear contact. And it's all kicked off here.
It's Girard.
Who's that? Someone's buried in the Armco. It's Kip Stevens. He's able to get going again. Somehow he's done for. There he goes back to the pits.
Well, there wasn't a lot he could do really. Everyone actually ended up facing the right way. They all bounced off each other and ended up pointing in the general direction they were supposed to.
To Indianapolis for the first time. Then Melro just holding off Stelian Chepelevsky into the slowest part of the circuit at Arnage. And it's all anyone's guess who's got third position. It's Kevin Woods versus Simon Roden versus Claude Belval, who's back near the front.
Here comes Michael Hall in sixth as well. He's just off the back of this group, so he'll be looking to try and erase memories of bad stuff that's happened to him tonight. Oh, there's a spinner.
Oh no, it's Lauritsen.
Oh, and he held it just, I think. I think they both just about... Oh, Hartley hasn't. Oh. I think Lee Deemer might need a change of underwear after that. Unless he wore he'd be wishing he wore the brown pants, as we said last night. But if we can get a look... I'm just going to see whether it was as close as I thought it was.
Lee Deemer. I'm going to find him on the replay screen.
Yeah. Sam, if you can, try the cockpit view from Lee Deemer's car coming out of Arnage, because that is pretty special. Adam, I don't know if you saw that.
Let's just having a look at it now. Started in last place. He's on his way into Arnage now. Just looking at it now. Going through the slow right-hander. Smoke. Car. How does he go? And then there's a car spinning in front of him, and then he goes to the right.
That was very well done.
There you go.
Exceptional driving from Lee Deemer.
First lap in the books then. Stelian Chepelevsky is going to come across and not lead it because it's going to be Diogo Melro.
Oh,
second is... Oh, what's happened? Simon Roden.
Been spun round.
Oh no, he was in third.
Oh no, he's just lost the car anyway and he got helped around by Max Wright, but nothing Wright could do really to avoid him. But they came together in the warm-up and once again here.
That's to there for Simon Roden. Of course, the reverse grid pod, I don't think it's actually worked at all for him in the BSR TC, and it looks like it hasn't worked again for him here.
Not won a race in the Winter Series, Simon Roden, but always the Pro Series if he elects to do that in the Kia Optima as well. Remember, that starts in just a few weeks' time.
Yes, it does. It starts the week of the Australian Grand Prix. At the end of March.
20-something of March, isn't it? 23rd or something like that, isn't it?
It is
the exact date.
It is the 23rd of March, Thursday the 23rd.
Great.
At Phillip Island in Australia.
Look at these two. Look at the lead they've got now, Melrose and
6 seconds.
Phillip Island's always a great circuit that we go to as well. Always provides some good finishes.
Yeah, we were there in the Kia Cup a few weeks ago, and I forgot how good it was as Chevy goes for the lead, and you can see in the background they're all fighting over that final spot on the podium. Hall, the only car on the inside line, trying to hold off the advances of Belval, Nathan Davis and Kevin Woods.
He'll be on the dirt slightly there, Michael Hall. He needs to be careful he doesn't end up with a load of rubbish on his tyres. Oh, 3 wide. Here comes Davies up the inside. And Davies just hasn't had a clean run or a start near the front, has he? To really show his pace, but he's definitely been one of the faster drivers of the evening.
Up 20 positions, Nathan Davies, and that's only in 2 laps. And a brilliant job there. He's
got damage. The front left corner is in better days.
Here he comes. And that is, that's hauled through into 3rd position.
Yeah, can he keep it though? Go through Mulsanne, well, towards Mulsanne corner. Sorry, not towards Mulsanne corner, it's only the 2nd chicane.
Belval doing a good job. Dan Hunt's just got past Max Wright, or he's trying to get past Max Wright.
Belval's got a slow down now, you said that.
Oh no. There
just said Belval's doing a good job, and 2 seconds later he got a slow down for cutting the course. Oh dear.
Oh, there you go. I think that's the first fireable offence of the evening.
That's the fastest commentator's curse of the season.
Oh my word, we're nearly going 3 wide here. It's car 007, Matthew Keeber.
Licence to thrill.
And perhaps a licence to kill if he tries that move.
It's possible. The old Mazda 787B livery on that. At least that's the one I can see. It might be different for viewers at home, of course. Max Wright late on the brakes.
And this is and as Chapelewski gets past Melrose again.
It's one of my favourite Le Mans cars of all time.
Oh, the Group C period, definitely
a difficult car to drive.
There was a support race before the 24 Hours a few years ago where they brought the old Group C cars out in torrential conditions.
Somebody crashed a 787B in the rain.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, there was a huge crash, and which I was shocked by because, of course, they're all the drivers' pride and joys, and
worth millions of pounds.
And yeah, it gets written off in torrential conditions. So
that's racing drivers for you.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever accused us of being. Oh,
and it's
there
gone.
he goes. And we don't even need the rain for that one.
Oh,
Matthew
no.
Keeber, licence to kill himself, maybe.
And a licence to bill himself for the damage.
Oh dear. Can you imagine? There's nothing more depressing. It's bad enough if you're a driver and you write off somebody else's car, but if you write your own off, well, you'll be writing your own cheques to fix it. As Melrose continues to lead, not by much over Stelijn Chapelewski. And this is a battle, I reckon, that we're going to see a lot more of in 2017, Adam, because Diogo Melrose, who's won the Club Series before, improving week on week in the Kia Optima and in the MX-5.
They know each other well. They're teammates in the Kia Cup, driving both for Discovery, and Pepe, of course, will be with the big team this season at Apex in the Pro Series.
Hashtag Apex Armada.
Yeah, it is coming. A hashtag soon.
Hashtag soon, yes, that's it.
And Diogo, yep.
No, I was going to say though, in all seriousness, and just stating the facts here, no alternative facts or anything like that. Apex do have, and they have gone all out to really get such a strong team that should really be fighting for the championship.
Definitely, they've got Katz, they've got Chepelevsky, I think they've even got Savidovic, the reigning champion, on their hands.
Richard Gore.
Gore, ever consistent, of course, made the showdown with barely a podium to his name at some points during the season. And we've lost Simon Roden again, I believe. He's off in the final chicane again.
Oh,
This time it's not his own doing though.
in the gravel. Same corner, isn't it then?
Well, it's
Lee
Lee
Diemer. Oh, I was saying how well he drove earlier on in the race, and that's just not it, is it? I'm afraid.
Some end of season blues here.
Roden was slow. You know what? Actually, you know what? I might just have to change. I've just had a look at it again. Roden was very slow. Diemer went for the inside. You know what? Roden just turned into him.
A legitimate move there by.
It was
Lee
fine.
Diemer.
Yeah, it was fine. Sorry, Lee. Yeah, it was okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
There you go.
I think Roden just possibly was concerned of maybe serving whatever penalty he had or something, and just didn't maybe figure out that there was a car next to him. I don't know.
Well, final lap of the race then. Yeah, it is the final lap of the race. Sorry, going into the first chicane then for the final time. It's Chepelevsky versus Melrose.
Final lap of the season.
Yeah, final lap of the season, and it's been a brilliant one. Started the weekend before Christmas at Spa. We're in the season here just at the end of February at Le Mans.
Was that the one where Ash Sutton that gained 30 odd places on the first lap?
Yes, it was. Yes.
I remember watching that.
And I think I did a commentator's curse just as bad as what we did earlier.
I can't remember who it was, but yeah,
Brian Holmes or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Brian Holmes. Oh, because he was battling with Sutton.
Yeah, and I said how well he was doing.
Yes.
Yeah, and then he just crashed. It was, almost as bad as us doing the autobiography of Mazda Group C racing, and then the car crashing off earlier.
The obituary of Matthew Keeber's race.
Preemptive obituary. Going out of the second chicane, then down the final part of the Mulsanne Straight over the crest here, which is a bit steeper than in real life probably. Then looks here.
It's one of those places, I reckon. I'd love to have a pilgrimage to Le Mans, as it were, as Stelian Chepelevsky might be making another pilgrimage to the top step of the podium.
And he's through. So by nowhere means certain. That is the halfway point of the lap now. And now we're back on our way towards Indianapolis and Arnage. And then the run to the Porsche curves. Melrose within striking distance again here. Definitely no way of Nathan Davis getting to these two unless they take each other out.
Yeah, Davis is very quick, but he's not going to make up 7.5 seconds on this last lap. Melrose. Is Melrose going to have a go into Indianapolis? I think it could have a... Might be the best opportunity for him. What do you think?
Yeah, he's trying to get into...
stick?
He's trying to get in Diogo Melrose's mind here. And yeah, Melrose not trying anything just yet. He's going to throw it up the inside, possibly. No. Might be late on the brakes.
Maybe in Arnage.
Hold off, yeah.
Maybe in Arnage. Oh, Cheppy. Oh, Cheppy's gone a bit wide, but it didn't really hurt him. Melrose just has to stay behind. It could be into the Porsche curves here.
Maybe even the forward chicane. That's going to be tough for Diogo Melrose.
He's got the run now, look. Got the run now. Pulls out the slipstream. Alongside the Bulgarian. Portugal versus Bulgaria then in France.
Well, side by side going into the Porsche curves hasn't worked well in recent times. Is Chaffee going to try and hold it out round the outside?
Have a look. He's got to, I think, hasn't he?
Here we go.
It's such a wide line then. Very in the entry.
Oh,
he's lost it, has he?
Oh, he's still on.
Melrose's going on the outside.
This is going to be close. Melrose turns in. Contact made, just a little bit of contact made. Melrose back on the inside contact. And he's going to slow down, I believe. I believe he might do. Yeah, he's trying his best, but here comes Nathan Davis to come through and take second place away. Oh, no. Oh, my word.
He may take the win.
Well, yeah, Melrose in a tricky spot here. I think he might just have to go for it now. But yeah, Diogo Melrose. He went for it in the Porsche curves, and well, I did say that side-by-side racing through that section doesn't usually end well, and it didn't there.
He will know that it's Davis behind and not Stelian, so what does Melrose want to do on the final lap?
The final corner he goes, and the final race of the season will go to Diogo Melrose. He's going to cross the line and take the win. Second, Nathan Davis, and Stelian Chepelevsky finishes second in the championship, but he'll finish third after having the win taken away from him, really, there in the final part of the Porsche curves.
I'm just going to have another look at that back. Now, just quickly see what Stellion does after he's hit. You know what, Stellion didn't really waste much time getting going again, but I think ultimately, mate, if the person who you've hit, especially at the end of a race, if the person who you've hit isn't directly behind you, there's no point in giving the win away.
Yeah.
Because it's either going to be a steward's inquiry anyway, or, do you know what I mean? So
the good news, I think, for the drivers is that it's the last race of the season, so a steward's inquiry.
Yeah, there may not be a protest there. You never know, though. That's the thing. It depends whether championship positions are on the line or not. Was Stellion a comfortable second, was he?
He was, yeah. Dan Hunt was about 2.5, 2.6 seconds behind him at the end of the line.
No, I mean in the points, sorry.
Oh, yeah, I think Stellion... let me get it up. Going into the race meeting, Stellion was... well, where did Roy Ververke finish? He finished in 13th. Oh, yeah. Stellion was about 120 points ahead of Roy Ververke going into... Right. So I think with that third place, he should have consolidated his second in the championship.
There's probably no real need for a protest then. No money on the line, I don't think, is there? Or is there?
I mean, a little bit, I don't know. Probably a trophy at stake.
Sorry for my lack of knowledge. I was on about 1 hour's notice for this.
You wouldn't have known. Well, without further ado, this will tell us the final race results of the season.
Okay then, Diogo Melro takes the final race victory in controversial fashion over Nathan Davis by 0.8 of a second. Stellion Chepelewski was the man who he pushed out of the lead into third place. Dan Hunt was fourth ahead of Kevin Woods. Paul Belval, those two had a very close finish. They were under a tenth apart at the end. Michael Hall was 7th, Jamie Ayres 8th, and 9th was Max Wright, Adam Delmont 10th. Then Scott Malcolm in 11th, ahead of Colin Robinson. Roy Ververke 13th, as Adam mentioned. Rob Hartley got his way back up to 14th. Lee Barmer 15th. Simon Roden, the pole sitter, 16th after two crashes. 17th was Rob Graham. 18th Michael Barry. 19th Mario Girard. Matthew Keeber in 20th. Smashed to get back going again. Fair play to him. Ashley Beard, the champion, 21st. Jason Flood in 22nd, 23rd Kip Stevens after getting embedded in the Alco barrier. Nedima 24th, we saw his exploits out there, some very good driving at one point. Simon Landemore 25th, Brian Holmes 26th, 27th Anwar Smith, 28th Andy Shield, 29th Cesare Rizzo, 30th for Stuart McFadden, and Alexander Lauritsen, Adam, was the man who retired first, 31st place.
It took a while for him to go as well, because we saw him go around on the exit of Arnage, so everyone was well behaved up to that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a brilliant way to end the season. And I think what will the drivers have learned, I think, going into Thursday's Winter Series race?
I think they'll have learned that avoiding slowdowns is imperative. You know, you really need to do that, especially in a short race. Lap 1, just remember as well, get a slowdown on lap 1, it's going to be severe. If lap 1 isn't clean and you get one on lap 2, it could still be as severe as lap 1, and that's 2/3 of the race, Adam. You might be at risk of getting a monumental slowdown possible.
And make sure you can join us for that Thursday at 8 PM. GMT on Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live. We have got drivers available for an interview, and it is our champion of course as well. Let's get him in. It is Ash Beard, and Ash, well done. It's the BSR MX5 Championship for you.
Absolutely delighted. I mean, what a season it's been as well. It's been so unpredictable. No one knew that who was going to win it.
Neither did we, to be fair. But tell us about, was your strategy this season to go for the consistency? Because we see in this championship and in the Winter Series that seems to matter more than taking the wins.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've not had a win all season. It's just been consistent top 10s. That's always been the plan. And as long as I'm in that top 10, I'm always in with a chance. It's been the plan.
What were your thoughts going into this final race meeting at Le Mans? Did you think it was going to be tough to get a few good results here?
Not really. I mean, I was confident with the car because I mean we got a good stable setup on the car, but I mean with trying to keep Stallion in out the points, it's really hard to do. Stallion's super fast. I mean, try and beat him, it's possible to do it.
With some of the best, well, so many great tracks we've been to this season, is it possible to pick out a highlight?
Well, the highlight I think for me was Spa because the first race of the season. I mean, expect anything. It was just go out there and have some fun. And when we finished at Spa and I saw that I was in the top 10 all 3 races, I thought could be a chance, but I thought that they might catch me. No chance at the end of the season. Surprised me more than that.
Can we expect to see you on the grid next season?
Absolutely, yeah. With the plans for next season is that we're all getting involved in championship, like admin and racing side, so it'll be a lot more smoother. All of us putting voluntary work for it. Season next season.
Andrew, anything for Ashbeard?
Really, just to say well done, and obviously it's been a very very turbulent season, very tricky out there, isn't it? All these MX-5s, it's always close competition. We see that on Thursday nights as well, and yeah, you must be happy, and you must want to thank the team, the sponsors, and any friends and family that you might want to do.
Yeah, I'm thankful for BSR for putting the championship. Most thankful really for the team as well because it's been a team effort all season. And I'm just thankful for all the coverage as well that you guys put on. I mean, it's amazing every week, so it just gets us exposure every week, so we're all sorted for next. As a sponsor wise, go racing again.
It's been brilliant covering it, and well done on the championship. Yeah, no wins this season. You've definitely played the consistency game very well indeed, and yeah, you've been able to beat Stalin Chepelewski and get your hands on the, I believe there is a trophy for it, so well done Ashbeard, and thanks for talking to us.
Very much.
Champion Ashbeard there, and well, all that's left to say is my thanks to Sam Kumo, who's been on the cameras pretty much every single race this season. And I'll try and reel off every single person that's joined me in the comms box this season. My thanks to Dave Christie, to Kev Noon. I think Conrad Venter might have joined me for one of these as well. And of course, thanks to Andrew Woodhouse, who joined me tonight for this final race meeting of the season.
And also Nathan Davies joined me for this a couple of weeks ago.
Yes. Yes, that Sunday night where I was away. I can't remember. Yes, I do remember it, yeah.
Just about.
Yes, just about. There's so many series, and I was just about to list what's coming up on Apex Racing TV. Tomorrow is the Porsche Cup at 1945 GMT, I believe. That's on Apex Racing TV. And then 2 AM, as always, is the ASRC. No, it's not. It's the Rickman Tech Sports Car Series, powered by TD's Tree Service. That's going to be at 2 AM GMT, 9 PM Eastern Time. And then Tuesday, Formula Renaults again, 8 PM GMT. It is definitely one to watch. Brilliant start to the season there. EQR leading the way, considering they only took 1 win this season, compared to Apex Racing's 17. And then Thursday, it is the Pro Series, the Winter Series, as I said. It is the final race of the season in the Winter Series. Make sure you can join us for that 8 PM at Le Mans as well. And then, of course, the usual weekend's action. You're gonna have. I'm gonna just double check this because I believe it is. I believe that there is a break in one of them, possibly. As I look, the Kias do go to Circuit Zolder this weekend on the 4th of March, and on Sunday, of course, we've got the IMSA series for the final time in this iRacing season, and that's it because yeah, the Club. We've got the Club 73 special event, Andrew, the King of the Nürburgring.
Yes, we do, and that will be next week here on Apex Racing TV.
That's great. Well, from all of us here at Apex Racing TV, from myself, from Andrew Woodhouse, and from Sam Coomer on the cameras, congratulations to Ash Beard. It's a thoroughly deserved title, and from all of us here, goodbye.